Hello, everybody, and welcome into my latest live broadcast. It is Monday, May the 1st, 2023. My name is Carey Holzman, and today, this is not a sponsored video. I want you to know that what I'm about to tell you is just one friend letting another friend know about a sale that is happening. The folks over at Ace Magician / Kamrui, which I think are the same company, they have a sale going on at Amazon right now where you can get a Ryzen 5 mini PC with Windows 11 Pro, 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gig solid state NVMe drive for over $100 off. It's like $268 with free shipping and of course free returns at Amazon if you want to send it back for any reason. Now, I've gone over the Ace Magician version of this computer before, but I thought we'd take another look at it. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same model from Kamrui. When I speak to my contacts at Ace Magician, it's the same contact at Kamrui. So I'm not quite sure why they offer the same model numbers with the same features with two different names and two different prices. But for right now, I want you to know that this sale over at Amazon is probably going to end, I think, at the end of the day today. So there's only a couple hours left. But let me bring up the Amazon page and let me show you, first of all, where's my window capture? Should be right there. Is that going to work? No, that's not working. Hold on a minute. I've got to realign this input source. How about now? There it is. Okay, so this is the Kamrui mini PC. This is the AM06 Pro. It's a Ryzen 5 5500U. That's a 6-core, 12-thread processor. It goes up to 4 gigahertz in speed. It's got Windows 11 Pro pre-installed with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 512 gigs of storage, that's NVMe storage. It supports a 2.5-inch hard drive or solid state drive that you could also add in there internally. And of course it has Ethernet and Wi-Fi. It's only Wi-Fi 5. It's got 2 Ethernet jacks, so you could make your own little router out of it if you wanted to, a pfSense router, something like that. But that would be a shame in my mind because this machine is way more powerful than using it for just a pfSense router. But that being said, you'll see here the price is $379.95. That's the regular price. There's a $35 coupon, and then there's a coupon code. So when you add this to your cart and you go to checkout, on the right side, I think it's on the right side, there's the option to enter a coupon code. That coupon code takes another 20% off, which is what's 37 times 2, about $74 additional dollars. That brings the price down to $268. That's the entire computer. That's everything. That's the power supply, the case, that's the motherboard, the CPU cooler, the RAM, the storage, the operating system. That's a heck of a deal, and that's why I was so excited to want to tell you guys about it, because I don't know how long this deal is going to be good for, so I want you to be aware of it as soon as possible. So for those of you who want to take advantage of it, have the opportunity. I'm having a slow day today, so I've got my little caffeine energy drink here that I'm going to guzzle down while I'm talking to you. Now, I remember when we did the AM06 review not too long ago, but I can't remember specifically what the components were. So I thought, why don't we just get some close-ups of this today? And well, we're here. I mean, effectively, the point of this video has been made, right? Just to make you aware, this is a special, it's going on now, it's going to end soon, and you still have time to take advantage of the deal. If there's anything you don't like about it, you have 30 days to return it back to Amazon at no cost to you. You can get a full refund. It could just be because you changed your mind. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. So if you're curious about it, you want to experiment with it, you think this is something you might find beneficial to have, now's the time to buy it, because I've never seen it this cheap before, and I don't think it's going to stay this cheap very long. The link in the video notes is just to my Amazon page for this product. I will make a very small commission if you use my link. But you don't have to use my link. It's not like my link has anything at all to do with the price. It's just there to get you to the product page on Amazon quickly. And 2% of the sale, I think, is what I'll make in commission. So I'm not doing this for the money, because it's only a couple of bucks if a few people buy them. I'm doing it for you, for those of you who see the value of this and want to take advantage of it. And for those of you who aren't interested, well, we'll see you in the next video. So let's just see if this is outfitted the same way. Let me see if it even, they should look exactly alike. Let's get close up. Let's put CamGirl to work, yeah. Let's see, close-up camera is where? Oh, close-up camera's right there. Are you ready?
Almost. Cameras.
Come on, start walking this way. There we go. All right, and if we go down here, here's what's in the box. As you can see on the front, we've got our audio jack here. We've got a couple of USB ports, Type A, USB Type C. I don't know, is that a reset button right there? What's that symbol? Oh, it's a microphone, isn't it? That can't be a microphone that tiny. Oh, the microphone's built into it like a laptop. I'm like, how do you plug something in that tiny hole? So it has a built-in microphone. That's interesting. This side, there's nothing. This side, there's our specifications there. It says it's the AMD Ryzen 5 5600U. It just says Ace Magician instead of Kamrui, but it's the same box. And coming around the back, there's our 2 Ethernet ports. There's our Kensington lock. There's another Type C port. And then we've got DisplayPort out, HDMI out, and 2 more USBs right there. And if you're curious how upgradable it is, let's open it up. These 4 screws. 1, 2, 3. Oh, oh, oh. I feel like the count from Sesame Street. 4 peanut butter sandwiches. Ah, ah, ah. All right, just lift that off. All right, here's what we've got in here. This appears to be 2 sticks of 8 gigs each of DDR4. That's not soldered onto the board. You can upgrade that. 3200 speed. Looks like you could put 64 gigs in there. 2 sticks of 32 is probably the maximum. This is our M.2 drive. That's a 512 gig M.2, which appears to be made by, come on, give me a name here. Samsung. That model number looks like a Samsung model number. PM, yeah, that's an OEM Samsung. Look at how weird this case is. Doesn't it look like someone took it and twisted it? Let's see if I can get the angle right. Just to give you an idea of what I'm referring to, it's a little hard to pick that up on camera. If I take something straight, like this screwdriver. Look at here. See how angled it is? Kind of looks like it's somebody's grabbed it and twisted it. There's our CMOS battery right there. What else do we have in here? Our Wi-Fi card, usually you'll locate the Wi-Fi card underneath the M.2 drive. It's pretty common on a lot of small computers and laptops. So let's just see if that's what they've done here. Yep, so that's also upgradable. It's got a, that's our Wi-Fi 5 right there. Put that back down. Now, as far as adding a 2.5-inch drive, that's going to be on the underside of the lid. You'll see there are these little tabs that stick up, and that's so you can seat a 2.5-inch drive in here. And then in here in the box, we should have the cabling necessary. Let's see, there's our power brick. How many watts is this power brick? Does it say? I can't see it upside down. That's our power brick. You get an HDMI cable, a real short one in case you want to mount this behind your monitor. There's our power cable. That's the Mickey Mouse style plug. And then this optional cable right here, this is what you would plug into the back of a 2.5-inch SSD or hard drive. And then this piece here plugs onto the motherboard. I'm going to guess right here is likely where that's going to go. And so if you get one of these and you look in the box and you're like, what's this cable for? That's for adding a SATA 2.5-inch drive, and you must use this cable. All right. Also in the box, there's a little VESA mount or wall mount adapter if you want to hang it on the wall or hang it behind a TV. And then a small instruction booklet that looks like that. In a lot of different languages. So let's fire it up and see what it looks like. Just as a reminder, for those of you who didn't see the review on this, you'll notice the power adapter is a USB Type-C power delivery system. But do know that you're not going to be able to power it from the front USB Type-C. You're going to have to use the rear one. And it should, yeah, it shows a little picture of a power plug just above it. So that's where we're going to plug power. You're not going to use this for data. You're not going to plug USB in there. That's what the front one is for. All right, let's get this hooked up. I'm going to step around. Do I already have a Mickey Mouse cable I can steal? Or am I going to have to unwrap that one? Let me see. What is this? Hey, I have a Mickey Mouse cable. Okay, already. Good, good, good. So I can leave that one wrapped up. All right, so there's power. And now I need to hook up HDMI to the video capture card, which is somewhere on the floor here. Here's an Ethernet cable, so we can plug it into the network. Either one of these jacks will work just fine for that purpose. And, oh, here's my HDMI. Let me have you watch your step there. Thank you. Plug that in, and then all I need is a keyboard and a mouse, and we can fire this bad boy up. Yeah, I just thought that's a heck of a good price on that. I want you guys to be aware of it so you can take advantage of it. Let's see. Somewhere on here I have a power button. Oh, I've got it upside down. So normally this is going to sit. Normally this goes back on one way or another. Just like that. I'll worry about putting the screws in it later. The button to turn it on is right here on the corner, so we'll give that a tap. And I should probably have to plug the other end into the wall, right? Isn't that how electricity works? I only plugged one end of the power cable in. So let me plug the other end in, and now we'll turn it on. Am I still plugging the wrong thing in? I think I am. Let's see. There it goes. And then we'll step over to OBS and we'll turn the HDMI input on. Where's my HDMI input? Right there. Okay, you're clear. And let me move this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's camera 2. Let me go over to. Come in, everybody. Looks like I had a little bit of a buffering issue there, but stand by. That's an internet issue. That's looks like the unit is flashing red at me, which implies it's asleep. So let me hit that power button. I would think it would go blue or green. It's still showing red. Gotta love it when we do these live videos. Let me hold the power button in. Okay, now it's off. Let me turn it on. Oh, I just heard the fan spin up. A little more of my energy drink. Not getting any video here. Just want to make sure I've got all my cables plugged in correctly. Just looking to see if I knocked anything loose while I was in there. Everything looks fine. I'm still baffled by this cover. It's very strange. One thing's for sure, you can only put it on one way, so you won't have to wonder if you did it right. Oh yeah, that makes a big difference when you put it in correctly. That's not the reason why we're not getting video though. That's totally unrelated. Oh, all right. Curious why I'm not getting a video out of this. I think I have a cable unplugged somewhere. Let me just check my cables real quick here. Doing this all very quickly off the cuff, so there's no time to prep. That looks fine. That looks good. And let me check my HDMI back here. I think we're good there as well. And what is happening? I'm going to pull power from it here for a moment. Try one more time. Oh, the bottom of this plate that comes off, it does have words on it that say front that helps you identify which direction it goes on. Obviously, you'll feel it when it sits correctly, but it'd be a little faster to just look for the arrow indicator, and then you'll get it right the first time. I don't know why we're not booting though, so let me just take out any unnecessary plugs, and we're going to try one more time. And I am assuming I'm plugged into the right HDMI cable. It's possible I've got the wrong HDMI cable here. I'm pretty sure that's the right HDMI cable, but I could be wrong. I'm just looking to see if there's an input option I have not selected properly in OBS. Bear with me for a second. I'm trying different input sources just to see if I've got the right input source. Yeah, it was my fault the whole time. Okay. I had OBS configured incorrectly. So let me plug the Ethernet cable back into it. It was booting. I just wasn't able to see it because of the OBS configuration. So I've shut it off because every time I grab the top of it, I keep hitting this button. I would say that's again on me. I'm used to resting my hands on things. But if I hit that button, yeah, it had gone to sleep. So what I'm going to do is we'll use this mouse, sign in, and let me go full screen over on my side here so I can see what you guys see. And let's take a look at what our specifications are on this. Go to properties. Yeah, that's our AMD Ryzen 5 5600U with Radeon graphics, 16 gigs of RAM as I've showed you on the inside of it. It's Windows 11 Pro, version 22H2. Now yours may only have 22H1 if you are buying any new computer, whether it's one of these or any new desktop or laptop. I strongly advise you to go to settings and go to Windows Update and grab any Windows updates, because there's likely going to be a lot of them missing on a brand new machine that you're unboxing and hooking up for the first time. And so these updates that we're going to install now are just since I reviewed it, because I updated it then. So these computers constantly evolving, new threats come out every second of every day. So these updates are very, very important. Now, while we've got it downloading, we can run Crystal Disk Mark. If you're curious, this is not a rocket ship by any stretch of the imagination. It's a really good value for a computer. And I think I just unplugged it, or I hit the power button again. I'm so used to the power button being on the front that I keep grabbing the unit and I'm hitting with my palm the power button, which is putting it into hibernation, which is what that's doing. So if you're wondering why that's happening, it's not a fault of the unit, it's a fault of the user. Just so we're clear, that's my bad. All right, let me go back full screen again. I've just got to slow down and pay a little closer attention. That power button is on the front left corner of the unit. So while that's downloading, let's grab the PC testing software and we'll grab Crystal Disk Mark. We'll bring that over. And you know what, let's bring over Crystal Disk Info as well. I think that's going to identify as a Samsung drive. Now they're not necessarily telling you which brand of RAM or drive you're going to get, but I'm just showing you the one mine has. But do bear in mind, depending on what inventories are available at what prices, they're doing what they can to get that price as cheap as they can. And so yours may also be equipped with the same, or it may be equipped to something else equivalent. So yeah, that is a Samsung drive. And then as far as Crystal Disk Mark goes, let's go over here, over to disk 64. And then we'll run the test on the C drive. And again, this isn't going to be a rocket ship. We're not breaking any records here, but we are getting a heck of a deal for what we're paying. Windows 11 Pro, when purchased retail from Microsoft directly, is $200. So, you know, it's not much more than the operating system to get the rest of the computer in this case. And those read numbers are actually really, really good, because Gen 3 only gets up to 3600 and we're at 3500, which puts us pretty much at the peak performance possibility of Gen 3 NVMe. Be kind of curious what those write speeds are. And while that's running, let me see if you guys have any questions for me in the chat or any concerns. Feral Sparky said, this would be so overkill for a router, it's not even funny. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Feral Sparky says, is OpenSense routers using a Celeron J1800 and it can handle gigabit internet? Yeah, that's why I said this is way over the top for something like a pfSense router. But how much did you pay for your Celeron J1800 box? Was it more than this $268 for everything you're getting here? Was it equipped with a 500 gig NVMe drive? Was it equipped with 16 gigs or more of DDR4? Did it come with an operating system? Because I guess that doesn't matter if you're using, if you're going to use pfSense or OpenSense, then obviously you're not booting from Windows. looks like it is LRCX's birthday today. Happy birthday to Larry. A lot of birthdays this month. We're just about done with our test on the solid state drive performance, and we're 7% downloading this big cumulative update. So, well, it'll take a few minutes. Multitasking, gotta love it. I want you to be aware that this is a very limited time sale. If you're hemming and hawing and you can't make up your mind, the deal will be gone probably by this time tomorrow, maybe even after midnight tonight. I don't know for sure when the deal ends. So if you're on a fence about it, I would advise you to buy it, knowing that you have 30 days to return it to Amazon for a full refund, and it'll cost you nothing to return it. So best to play it safe. If you're on the fence, purchase it, try it, see if you like it. If you don't like it, send it back. It's a peace of mind whenever you're buying from Amazon. Now you'll see our write speeds on this are only 1850, so about half of the read speeds. That's typical on these OEM budget NVMe drives, but that's still 9 times faster than your average mechanical hard drive. So it's no slouch, but it's also not a world record breaker. Unless the world record it's breaking is how much value you're getting for your money during this very limited time sale. I just want to see people get good deals. It doesn't matter to me if you buy one or not, but I do want you to know that if you hesitate too long, the sale will be over, and I don't know if and when there'll be another one, at least for this unit. There's often sales at any given time for any make or model of PC, whether it's Ryzen or Intel, or whether it's a mini PC or a full tower. It's impossible for me to know what's coming. And this one, I wasn't even, the folks at Kamrui did not reach out and tell me anything about this. I found out about this from slickdeals.net, where I get things that are on sale in categories that I'm interested in get emailed to me. And I get about 30 to 50 emails a day from them on various products that are on sale from places like Amazon, Newegg, Woot.com, a bunch of other places like that. And this one showed up in my inbox, and I said, oh, holy cow, that's a great price. I want to make my audience aware of it. And that's all I'm doing today. Again, I'm not being a salesman. I'm just, something's on sale. I want to tell my friends about it because I think it's a good deal. Farrell Sparky said he bought his about 3 years ago. He paid $210.94. Passively cooled, meaning it doesn't have a fan. It's got 2 Intel gigabit ports on his, this is his Celeron, what is it, a J1800, I think he said? Did it come with storage? He says it is actually 3 years to the day that he bought his at $210.94. And when I say his, I'm not referring to a Kamrui or Ace Magician. I'm referring to a small form factor. In his case, it's a hardware appliance designed to run something like pfSense or OpenSense or more complicated, complex firewall for people that are into that fun technical stuff. And yes, this is way overkill for something like that. You don't need all these cores and all these threads to run an open source router, but you could if you wanted to. You wouldn't be spending much more than Farrell Sparky spent, and you'd get a lot more power, a lot more for your money. Scott says hello. Welcome in, Scott. And there's our good friend Mark Gaines and Jason Wyrick, as well as Chris Johnson, Richard Cullen, Eileen Novak, Yukinora Megumi says hello. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining me. All right. How many of you are not interested in this deal? I'm curious why. Diggin wants to know, would this be a good unit versus a laptop for a visually impaired person to use? The HDMI attached to a television to get just YouTube. She has problems sometimes logging into the laptop. I don't know how well it would work in that scenario. That's why I say you could buy it, try it. You have 30 days to return it. Just make sure you put everything back in the box that it came with so it can be resold to somebody else. Don't forget the power supply, don't forget the screws, don't forget the HDMI cable. If you're returning it, you're returning all of it, the instructions, all of it. And you'll get a full refund and you will not have to pay for the return. And if you do decide to get one, let me know if you end up keeping it, or if it falls short, or if it impresses you in a way you weren't expecting. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Feral Sparky said, if I needed another machine, I would jump on this deal. Ron Toomey wants to know if there's any aftermarket stands for it to set it on its side. No, this unit, I think, breathes airflow from its sides. Well, it's just part of the side. You could just set it on its side. I mean, that's all you have to do. Did I just disconnect it? Why did my screen go blank? I think I keep hitting the power button is what I'm doing. But yeah, you could just set it on its side. No, nothing special is needed. You don't need a stand. But it does come with that little wall mount plate, so you could hang it on a wall or hang it on the side of a desk or hang it behind your monitor if you wanted to. But no, the only ones I know who make the little stands are the folks at Minis Forum. So if you're looking for that specific look, then the only manufacturer that I'm aware of that does that for mini PCs is called Minis Forum. Or just set the unit on its side. I wouldn't set the unit on its side because there are vents for the system to breathe on both sides. And I wouldn't want to block those vents. And it's so tiny. However, on this side, the vents are recessed, so when I put it on the side, the vents are not being blocked. There's still air getting in. So you'd have to experiment with that and see if that works for you. Other questions? Where do you get the coupon? The coupon code is listed in the video description of this video. So just below the video, there's something called a video description. And in that video description is the Amazon link and the coupon code. Preston says, I really like the idea of mini PCs. One would save so much space on my desk, for sure. Dom says he got a mini PC for $215. I bet it's not a Ryzen 5. Usually around the $200 range, you're getting the Celerons or the N processors. But which one did you get for $215, Dom? Parts Dave said the price I see is much higher than the price mentioned here. Yes, I've already gone through that. If you rewind the video, it explains how you get that price. And this is in the USA only. I can't speak for Amazon and other countries and exchange rates and all the other imports, fees, and such governments charge. But here at Amazon.com, this video does have DVR mode. So if you're just joining us and you're confused, just rewind that bar back to the beginning. And I go through the process of where the coupon is and where to enter the coupon code. Feral Sparky said this would be a pretty serious upgrade for my home media server. Indeed it would. This would make a great home theater PC for sure. 4K video is not going to be a problem. Tom mentions I had a Kamrui here 3 or 4 months ago that I reviewed that was $40 off. Yeah, I don't think the Kamrui was a Ryzen 5 though, was it? Usually in that $200 price range, you're looking at the N processor, the N95 or N100. So this is a Ryzen 5. This is like a, it's Celeron and Ryzen 3 are sort of your entry level, and then your mid-range are your 5s, and then your workhorses are the 7s and your enthusiasts are the 9s. So it is a matter of you get what you pay for. You can buy cheaper machines that aren't equipped with such a powerful processor or such a fast solid state drive. And if there's any other deals that pop up that I think are really good value, I'll make you aware of it. This is the one that's going on right now. Let me go full screen over here so I can close some of these windows down. It wants to restart. Let's take a look at our boot time on this, all right? So now it's going to finish installing those updates and restart and reload Windows. And remember, it's installing updates, so we're not going to get the true performance of a regular restart. But we can at least get a real world idea of when it's actually doing work, what sort of time that takes to apply these updates and for the computer to restart. And you can compare that against your own computer. You have an idea of how long yours takes when you get updates like this. It slows us all down no matter what we've got. And then once the updates are installed, any restarts after that obviously are going to be much, much faster. But this boot time might even be faster than the boot time of the computer you're using now that you likely paid even more for. So I love technology. I love to see this stuff get faster, cheaper, smaller. Yeah, this is cool. I only wish that Kamrui had given me a heads up on this so I could have given you guys more time. But, you know, better late than never. Let's do a regular restart now with the updates done. Oops. See what our restart time looks like. Jason Wyrick says the only downside is it's AMD. Hey, careful, you'll upset the AMD fanboys. They're very sensitive. It's fine. All right, does anybody have any questions about the machine they want to know any details about? I'll do my best to provide it. Usually the BIOS in these units is like old school text style, but we can certainly take a look. Let's see, I could go to settings, update. Oh, there's another update. Take a quick look here in the device manager. Looks like we have an Intel Ethernet controller i225V and a Realtek wireless LAN 802.11ac and a Realtek PCIe. Okay. Some folks said their video went out, but didn't go out for me. So I'm not sure on that second time. OBS shows it's got a good, strong connection to YouTube on my side. So not sure what that was all about. Master Singleton wants to know, is the device noisy on a full load? I don't know how you define noisy. When you first turn it on, you can hear the fan kick on at full speed, and then it goes to its normal, almost silent running mode. If you were to push this computer really, really hard, I imagine it's going to generate some heat, and that fan's going to have to spin faster. What do you intend to use it for that would require that level of load on a processor of this caliber in such a small form factor? That's what I'd like to know. Genuinely, I'm sincere about my question. What would you be doing that would cause that to put a load on it? There's only one fan in there, so no matter what, it's going to be cheaper than a standard GPU fan setup. So even if that was spinning at full speed, it would be quieter than a regular old GPU running under a half a load. But I don't know what you think is loud. I don't know. It's exactly what I'd expect it to be as far as noise goes. I do not consider it noisy at all. Diggins said this would be a good unit to practice with Windows 11 as I've never used it. Yeah, I suppose, sure. I see the fans on the old blower style GPUs as loud. Yeah. Well, again, what would you do with this to put it under a load? Just kind of curious. Maybe that's something we can emulate here. Our good friend Larry there says, good night, camera girl and chat. Time for dinner and a movie. Hey, enjoy the rest of your birthday day. And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon, Larry. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy birthday, my friend. Diggin' contributes $20 in Super Chat. He goes, here's a tip for the heads up on a good sale. Thanks. Hey, right on. Thank you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Some questions like, is it loud? One person will say it's loud, one person will say it isn't. In situations like that, I recommend you buy it, knowing that you have 30 days to return it at no cost to you for a full refund if you don't like it, because that's really the only way you're going to know. Jason Wyrick says, on the Ace Magician I got for a friend of mine, I ran Prime 95 on it for 25 minutes. Yeah, that's almost cruel, Jason. Feral Sparky says you could hit it with Prime 95 and see how loud the fans get up to. I don't see the point in that. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why I would do that. These machines are not desktops. They're not designed for you to throw that heavy of a load on it and think it's going to be quiet or that it's not going to potentially overheat. It's like saying, you know, you could try and tow my yacht with your little tiny Prius. You could, but that's not really what it's designed for. You'd be better off, you know, buying the right vehicle. So for the sake of curiosity, the only way you're going to know if it's loud, the way you define loud and the environment that you place it in, is for you to actually experience it. Your environment, how much the sound echoes off the walls, whether or not you've got carpeting, how sensitive your hearing is, and how you use the unit. They're all going to be factoring into what drives the fan. And then if you can't stand it, it's something that's with you. That's not with the unit, that's with you. So if you don't like it, the only way you're going to know is to try it. And if you don't like it, you send it back to Amazon. And then let us know. That's stuff that I'd love to hear back from people and say, oh, it's not loud, or it is loud, you know, based on what you think is loud, based on where you've placed it in the room and what, you know, if it's a room full of hard surfaces, whether or not you're somebody that has very sensitive ears. It's nothing we can all agree on. It's all subjective. But I wouldn't run Prime 95 on it. That's not what it's, that's just silly. I'd still love to know what you would use it for where that would be a concern. And he hasn't answered me. So I don't know. It's almost like somebody's maybe just looking for a reason to not like it, or just hasn't gotten around to typing a response yet. Dustin says, I think this would be good for watching YouTube, Netflix, surfing the web. Oh yeah, it's a Ryzen 5. I mean, do you need 6 cores and 12 threads to do any of that stuff? No, it's way overkill for that. But, you know, yeah, it'll do it for sure. That's easy. Jason Ryrick has his Ace Magician, and he says he was shocked at how quiet it was. But then someone else might say, Jason, it's really loud. You just can't hear it. Who knows? It's very subjective. I don't hear this at all. Right now, the air conditioner's off, and this room is very, very quiet, and this isn't making a sound. But yes, when you first turn it on, those fans ramp up to 100% as it initializes, and then they slow down. Just as many desktops do the same. Here we go. I'm interested in using this to run 24/7 a CCTV system in the security room at the office. Gotcha. So how does the CCTV system, how does that hook up? Is that running through a network cable? Is it running through USB? Or is there a capture device? How are you capturing the video from the security system? Because there's lots of different ways to accomplish that. That shouldn't be a very big task unless you want this to record video from all the cameras, because that wouldn't be the right purpose for this. Folks like Ubiquiti sell, and Synology sell video, security camera video recording devices that use slower turning drives that are large capacity and run cool and have a very large capacity to store hundreds of hours of security camera footage. But if what you're doing is controlling it through the web, if all of your security cameras are web-based, I can't see any reason why that wouldn't be overkill for what your needs are. And you wouldn't be putting a load on it. If you're web-based, you wouldn't load it. So when there's no load, it's completely silent. Easy Otter says he bought the Mini Air 11 from GeekCom from that Easter sale that you told us about. Yeah, that's a powerful little machine. And $100 cheaper than the equivalent Intel Nook, and basically the same box. Scott says keep the dust out of it and it'll run a long time for normal use. Yeah, if it's going to be left on 24/7, about every 4 to 6 months, I'd get a can air and spray it out. You don't have to open it up. You can just spray it through the vents on the sides and the back. That'll probably be good enough. These don't get as dusty as desktops at all. Any other questions I can answer? Any other concerns? Otherwise, we'll wrap this one up. I want to give people an opportunity to take advantage of the deal while it's happening. And okay, that time the video went down. That time my upload connection was interrupted. So if you were just experiencing a buffering issue, because we are live, something with my upload bandwidth went to 0 and now it's come back. So that's not on you. That one was on me. It's hard to keep it all straight. All right, thank you for the close-up camera work, camera girl. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And of course, thank you to those generous individuals who have contributed, including, oh, where did my viewer activity list go? Digging it with your $20 super chat. Appreciate you very much. If any of you get these, I'd love to know what you think of it. Once you've got it in your hands and you're using it, is it something you like? Did you not like it and you sent it back? Tell me why. I'd love to hear from actual users versus just simulating things with benchmarks and trying to establish whether or not I think it's useful when I'm not the one using it, you are. So your opinions matter. And especially if a lot of you are saying something very similar with regards to it's noisy, or it's slow, or it gets hot. I don't think any of those things, but I don't know how you're using it. I don't know the environment you're putting it in. And so that's why I'd love to hear back from real users about their experience really using it. Because what I suspect I'm going to hear is, it's way better than you explained it. You undersold it. That's what I think I'm likely going to hear. I don't think many people who actually try it are going to send it back. But if I'm wrong, please let me know. And if I'm right, please let me know. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me. It looks like our update finished on here, so I can do one more restart. Now I'm all updated. And you saw how easy it was to get into, so upgrading it's super easy. Just those 4 screws. There's no rubber feet you have to remove or reattach, so that's really well thought out. And it's very lightweight. Here, the fan's running. That's about as loud as it gets. And that's me putting the microphone right up next to it. You know, I'm standing a good 2-3 feet away from it, and it just sounds like any other electronic machine. Like, it's not distracting from my perspective anyway. And if the AC was on, I wouldn't even hear it that loudly because the AC is so much louder. But, all right, let me go full screen here on camera 1. There I am. Yeah, full speed right there. And then it quiets right down. What do you suspect would be the best upgrade? It just depends on what you're going to use it for. The way it arrives out of the box is perfect for most people, I think. You might need more storage. You might want more RAM if you're somebody that has 27 windows open at the same time. More RAM would benefit you. If you're somebody who hoards all your data, you might want a bigger solid state drive, but I would rather put it on an external storage drive through USB or through the network or the NAS. So I really don't recommend any upgrade on it. I think buy it exactly the way it is and leave it the way it is, and you should be good to go for the next 6 to 8 years with Windows 11 Pro already installed. But, did you hear it? Kind of ramped up and went back down again. Bob R. said the Kamrui GK3 that he purchased in March, he's used it every single day and has had 0 issues. Appreciate the feedback. Nice to know. All right. Well, thanks you guys for hanging out with me today. And if any of you take advantage of the deal and you get one, let me know what you think of it. I'll see your comments below the video. And once again, as a reminder, the link for this and the coupon code are available today, May the 1st, 2023. If you're watching this video any other day and you're not seeing the special pricing, it's probably because the deal has ended. But thank you for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until next time, bye for now.